Hello everyone. The day after Independence Day, we have marked the 80th Independence Day this year, and in the Independence Day, we not only hosted the national flag, but also we witnessed one of the beautiful and one of the nation-driven speeches by our Honorable Prime Minister, and for that matter, it was his 13th an Independence Day speech. So the main crux and main his speech revolved around the seven domains, which include self-reliance, that is self-reliance, energy, tech, chips, semiconductors, space, semiconductors, and also AI and data centers. As we all know that we have a vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, so not only depending on other small items and things on other countries and importing them will not help us grow for the vision that we have aimed at. So that needs to be fulfilled by that needs to be accomplished by self-reliance in everything, right from the energy. That is, we have also target of nuclear energy 10 like 100 gigawatt energy, nuclear energy targets, chips. So we need a self-reliance from different aspects, that is energy, tech, chip, space, AI and data centers. Also his government emphasized on the matter that the biggest beneficiaries of the development that the country will undergo is the youth. They will take the action and they will get the beneficiaries. Like this is what the crux and what the Prime Minister conveyed on his Independence Day speech. Here we can see that the charting path for self-reliance. It majorly includes 7-point growth framework for the next 7 years with focus on manufacturing, agriculture, food production, technology, innovation, infrastructure and connectivity. Also from defense, green economy and blue economy. Green basically revolves around the agriculture and the horticulture and the production that we are doing in terms of the food and fodder, and also for commercial purposes. And blue economy revolves around the water and its territories. Also we can say that there are many things available in the world that are cheaper even that found in India, but relying on import doesn't help build India's own capabilities. Over the last decades, it seems that the world has totally forgot or ignored to discuss the globalization altogether. So on self-reliance in semiconductor space, we have 3 major semiconductor plants right now under operation, and they also have begun to export the products. But in the future, in the upcoming 6 to 7 years, we aim at developing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would be operational semiconductors space, which would be operational in the years to come, and that is how we will develop into a Viksit Bharat nation. So the PM on his Independence Day speech urged the youth of the country, because they are the greatest power and the greatest asset a nation could have, because they are the developers, they are the beneficiaries of it. So he has also assured its citizens, especially the youth generation, that the reforms will come, the discrepancies and accountability will be enforced on immediate matters, and the discrepancies and the anomalies would be removed right from the scratch, right from its grassroots levels. Also there is one targets, although we have set a lot of targets, but this is one, because India needs more power for AI, chips, data centers and semiconductors. So in order to make that thing possible, we have also put a target of 100 gigawatt nuclear energy targets, 5 indigenous SMRs by 2033. That's very important. And in case you don't know, SMRs are small modular reactors, and 5 mega gigawatt thermal high temperature glass cooled reactors for hydrogen production by coupling with suitable thermochemical for hydrogen production. That is why the government has also emphasized to focus on hydrogen production, H2 production through coupling, and for that we need a SMR, that is small modular reactor, and also a bigger one, 5 megawatt thermal high temperature gas cooled reactors for the hydrogen production in the country, which is supposed to be a renewable source for production of any nation. Right. Now moving further, also here we could see that the Parliament has already passed Shanti Act last year, which is majorly focused on the private participation in India's tightly regulated civil nuclear power sector and drawing interest from global nuclear technology suppliers, especially from Russia, US and France. So we have also privatized the space sector as well as the other sector, which include nuclear power sector. But the privatization is done to an extent that ownership will be totally entirely governmental. All that could be privatized is the functioning, processing and ultimately the supplying and productions like light water reactors. Although a lot of things are there which we need to work upon. So this is how PM Modi's Independence Day speech basically tried to convey it. Here we could see that Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday underscored the need for self-reliance, particularly in sectors like energy, semiconductor, critical minerals, yes, CM, which are vulnerable to the nation and also which are vulnerable to the weaponization of resources, even territories by some countries. PM also called for celebrating the pace of reforms to make India a developed nation by 2047. The roadmap he led centered around the energy, advanced technology, semiconductors, manufacturing and exports. We need to focus upon imports to make our nation a self-reliant Viksit Bharat by 2047. And the major sectors we could make the thing possible is by energy, technology and semiconductors, AI, data centers, chips, modernization and privatization in space as well as nuclear power sectors. And for that we need a lot of like hydrogen energy production we have also started in order to assist a 100 gigawatt nuclear energy target. Further, the need of the hour is that energy security, emphasizing the world powered by chips and AI and data centers require massive and reliable energy supply. Very important thing, and which has stifled merchant vessels movement through Strait of Hormuz. He also said that India is now focused on offshore oil and gas exploration after operational up to 99% of its coastline previously designated as no-go areas to upstream active cities. India depends on import to meet its over 88% of its oil requirement and half of its natural gas need. That is a major chunk why we rely on Arabian nations and Arab countries, Arabian Peninsular nation, Middle East countries, because our 88% of oil requirement and natural gas needs is mainly done through exports. So we should focus now on offshore oil and gas exploration. On self-reliance in semiconductors, PM Modi said that in digital world and technology-driven area, the chip importance is clear and explicit. Whether it is electronic good, medical equipment, transportation, chips are indispensable everywhere. Yes, we all know the phone we use, the computer we watch on, the computer we work on, the TV we watch on, all of the things, electronic devices have chips around. So the world has reached a point where the entire system could come to a standstill without chips, and this has been proven right due to the Middle East crisis we have seen for the last 2 years. All the 3 semiconductor plants are operational, but we are still aiming to make it to 5 or 7 operational by the end of 7 years from now. No compromise regarding quality, and hence our mantra should be quality, quality and quality. Very important. We need to ensure emerge as a trusted hub in global supply chain by meeting global standards on cost, quality and scale. India needs to develop deeper manufacturing capabilities and capture the entire value chain. Although we have seen that the Naxalism is losing its root in our country, especially the Naxal affected areas including Chhattisgarh nowadays. So on his speech, PM Red flags Dimadi Naxal. Opposition says bid to curb dissent. Tar rivals. Row erupts as Kerala skips Vande Mataram. That we have seen because the Kerala government, Congress-led Kerala government, completely skipped to sing Vande Mataram on Independence Day as well. And PM already said that though we have we have eradicated the Naxalism from Maoist mindset from our country, but what happened now, there are still people who are Dimagi Naxals, like the sympathizers, ideological sympathizers were seeking opportunities to create an unrest in the country. And Independence Day ramparts also see that in his 13th consecutive address, Modi said while armed Naxalism was nearing its end in the jungles, their ideological sympathizers are seeking opportunities to create unrest in the country. So we must not underestimate this challenge, and we also need to work upon this. Also, PM said the youth will power a journey to Viksit Bharat 2047. PM underlines reforms push along 7 streams. Although I've told you that is energy, manufacturing, technology, AI chips, semiconductor, data centers, and also a competitive, a clear, reliable and accountable ecosystem for students to prepare. The PM also promises AI training of 1 crore student talent hunt in sports, emerging talents for 2036 Olympics, and also they also promise to offer free online exam coaching. He urged the youth to step up and become agents of change, and also called upon the young to take part in the national census and help their family digitize their household data, which is a key to policy making. Yes, if the government is aware about its citizens, about their household data, that would help ultimately in the better and reformed and revised policy making. It would be easier for both the beneficiaries and the policy makers, right? That is why PM has urged, he strongly emphasized on the youth's power not only to contribute to the nation building and for the vision of 47, but also to actively participate right now by raising their voices for the peaceful protests, for the good things, and for the digital census that we are conducting for the very first time this year.